Hey Astro Snobs, and welcome back to my channel. In this video, we will be looking at Tayshia Adams' natal chart in order to find out who she is at her core and what we can expect from her as the Bachelorette. Before we begin with the reading, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of my upcoming astrology videos. Okay, let's begin. Tayshia Adams was born on September 4th, 1990 in Santa Ana, California, which makes her a Virgo sun and a Pisces moon. Tayshia has 5 planets in earth signs, so I can already tell that Tayshia's approach to the Bachelorette process will be objective, rational, and realistic. She will only get engaged after careful consideration, and unlike her predecessor, Claire, she won't make an impulsive decision and leave after 2 weeks. Tayshia actually has 7 planets in earth and water signs, which are feminine signs, so she's more introverted than Claire, who has 8 planets in masculine signs, which are more extroverted. Virgo suns are very critical, fault-finding, and detail-oriented. They're the perfectionists, fixers, and problem solvers of the zodiac. Virgo suns are also very self-contained. They don't like to dramatize things and prefer processing situations internally. This makes perfect sense because have you ever seen Tayshia lose her cool? Whether it's to confront Kaylin or Hannah G, Tayshia always remained calm but direct. Tayshia's Virgo sun is conjunct to her Virgo Mercury, which reinforces her Virgo traits. And Mercury is exalted in the sign of Virgo, and it is depositing a lot of her planets, so it's very strong in her chart and plays a huge role in her personality. Tayshia's Capricorn stellium makes her value structure, stability, maturity, and responsibility. It's forming a trine to her Virgo sun and Mercury, which enhances her Virgo traits. It can also make her very ambitious, status-driven, and motivated by achievement. And throughout her Bachelorette season, Tayshia has said several times that she wants to marry someone who she can build an empire with, and that's very, very, very Capricorn. Tayshia's Pisces moon makes her extremely intuitive. She's able to pick up on emotions, read people's energies, sense when something doesn't feel right. This can also make her very spiritual, and she does come from a religious background. Pisces moon are also very impressionable. They like to over-idealize situations such as their partners, and Tayshia did get married as soon as she graduated college, and I think she got divorced like 2 years later. Pisces are also very self-sacrificing. They like to change themselves in order to suit their partner's needs. And in an interview, Tayshia did talk about how she never wanted to get divorced and how she wanted to keep the marriage going despite the hardships. Pisces also enjoys forming deep connections with as many people as possible, and this can point to Tayshia being very flirtatious, and she actually does have a nickname. It's FLIRTAYSHIA. So Tayshia basically is the best of both worlds. She has the intuition and the logic, so nothing can really escape her. And her Scorpio Pluto is intensifying her abilities through a sextile to her Sun and Mercury and a trine to her Moon. And if you think Tayshia seems vacant or absent-minded at times, it could be because she's constantly in her thoughts and feelings. She's constantly analyzing and observing with her mind, Virgo, and her heart, Pisces. Her Virgo Sun and Pisces Moon can also make her more of a giver, since Virgo and Pisces are associated with service, so she might be the type of person that likes to help people out without getting anything back in return. Tayshia's Gemini Mars makes her very adaptable and open to new experiences, especially when it comes to dating, since Mars represents the type of guy you like. Gemini is a mutable air sign, meaning that it loves variety, constant change, and this makes her very at ease in situations like the Bachelorette and Bachelor in Paradise, since Tayshia is able to date several different guys at the same time, from the Derricks to the JPJs, and she gives everyone a fair chance. Her Gemini Mars also reinforces her flirtatious tendencies, and it gives her that fun, light-hearted energy. Tayshia likes men that are super intelligent but also funny, exciting, goofy, adaptable, and just overall interesting. Since Gemini also rules neighborhood and near surroundings, this placement could also point to Tayshia preferring local LA men, and she did give her first impression rose to Spencer partly because he lives in LA near her. Mars and Gemini individuals are also very passionate about news, gossip, information, keeping up with trends, and Tayshia recently started a pop culture podcast called Clickbait. Tayshia has her Venus and her Jupiter in the sign of Leo. Jupiter and Venus are benefic planets and are often associated with wealth, fortune, new opportunities, and Leo rules stardom, attention, the spotlight, and television. According to Reality Steve, a Bachelor Spoilers blog, Tayshia actually began filming her Bachelorette season toward the end of July, and at that time, not only was the sun in Leo its home sign, but it was also transiting Tayshia's natal Jupiter, the planet of opportunities. So this whole Bachelorette thing was definitely meant to happen to Tayshia. Her Jupiter is also at the 3rd degree, which is a Gemini degree, and as I mentioned earlier, Gemini rules near surroundings and neighborhood. And as you all know, because of the pandemic, the season could only be filmed at one location as opposed to the international destinations we're used to seeing in a normal Bachelorette season. Tayshia's natal Jupiter is also forming a sextile to her Gemini Mars, making her daring, courageous, and very likely to seize new opportunities, and she clearly did. Tayshia might be introverted by nature, but with her Venus in Leo, her love life is destined to be everything but calm and peaceful, especially since her Venus is trining her Uranus, the planet of unexpected changes. As I mentioned earlier, Leo likes the spotlight, is very dramatic, and loves attention. And when Tayshia joined Bachelor Nation, her entire love history, past and present, became public. Tayshia did get married young and then got divorced young, and then she dated Colton on live television, then Blake, then Derek, then John Paul Jones on Bachelor in Paradise, and now she's dating 20 new men. Leo is also the sign of celebrities, and having a Leo Venus can make someone date celebrities. And Tayshia did say on the Bachelor Happy Hour podcast that she has been hit on by a few popular basketball players in the past. Venus and Jupiter in Leo can also make someone very charismatic. It can grant them lots of fans and followers, and Tayshia quickly became a fan favorite in Bachelor Nation, and she actually recently reached 1 million Instagram followers, which is a huge milestone, especially for a Black Bachelor Nation contestant. Tayshia's Venus in Leo also reinforces her inability to let go of bad relationships, since Leo is a fixed sign and is known for its loyalty and generosity. Tayshia is a Leo South Node and an Aquarius North Node, so in this lifetime, she has to learn how to keep her ego in check and avoid being too conceited. She needs to constantly engage with her community and network and meet new people. In a way, she is fulfilling her North Node because instead of dating within Bachelor Nation, Tayshia chose to meet 20 new regular unknown guys who weren't in Bachelor Nation initially. And I also found out that Tayshia volunteers at her church regularly, and she's also an influencer. After appearing several times on Bachelor Nation, shows, she, grew a following and she learned how to manage it and interact with her audience. So that's very Aquarius. And don't forget that Tayshia is a Virgo sun and Mercury, and she's a Pisces moon, aka the service signs. And Aquarius is about serving large groups of people. So Tayshia will have no problem embracing her Aquarius North Node during her life. Also, her Gemini Mars is forming a trine to her Aquarius North Node, so Tayshia does have the desire and determination necessary to fulfill her North Node. Something interesting I've noticed in Tayshia's chart is that she has been going through her Saturn return since end of 2017 and early 2018. Saturn returns occur at the age of 28 to 31, and they shake up your life in a way that forces you to take responsibility, build new foundations, and become an actual adult. Since Tayshia's Saturn is in Capricorn, her Saturn return will bring changes mainly to her career, public image, and reputation. When you think about it, 2018 is the year Tayshia rose to stardom. She first applied and started filming Colton Season, and then in 2019 she went on Bachelor in Paradise and dated quite a few guys, became a fan favorite along the way, and then switched careers, became an influencer, and then this summer she filmed her Bachelorette season. One of the reasons why Tayshia struggles to build foundations these last few years, especially when it comes to marriage and family, is the fact that Pluto and Jupiter were also conjunct her natal Saturn during her Saturn return. And Pluto is very destructive and transformative, and Jupiter will amplify and exaggerate those destructions and transformations. So I wouldn't be surprised if any relationship or engagement that comes out of her Bachelorette season doesn't last after the show because of that Pluto influence. But we'll just have to wait and see. So that is it for the Tayshia Adams. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and join the Astro Slob family. And let me know in the comments how you think Tayshia Adams will do as the new Bachelorette and who she will end up with. And I will see you soon in my next video.